Well, good evening wherever you're watching from. My name is Barista Timo El Chapo Mona Lisa. I'm specifically making this video. It's because I met these two gentlemen having an argument. So, what caught my attention was one was wrong and the other was right. But the one who was wrong was trying to make a point and make the other feel bad and make him feel like he's not deserving or he's right and he need to apologize. My brother, I think this is the second time I'm going to be collecting you on something. I always watch your videos. I respect you in what you do, but at least don't try to overshow importance, because most of the times you're making arguments on a wrong basis. I'm speaking about this gentleman, a special doctor. This time I'm going to address you in English because maybe it's the language you'll be comfortable with. But still, I respect what you do, but at least try to keep that respect and give it back still. Me being a barista trainer for 6 years in Dubai, it's because of respect. I respect every school, I respect every trainer, I respect everybody in his or her own capacity. But it's very, very, very absurd that you'll find a fellow barista trying to put the other down. And it's you people that our students meet always in interviews and try to tell them that they are wrong about what they are saying, yet you yourself, you're wrong in what you know. So this time around, I'm going to address you, and I want the comment section and people watching, tag every barista. I want to be corrected if I'm wrong on this matter. The argument was, they were making an argument about ristretto. Ristretto. Okay? So, his argument was, a special doctor was saying, to make ristretto, it's very funny, but I'll say it. This is what he said. To make ristretto, you must adjust your grinder into a more fine size, and you might get out an output, or let's say 26 or 25. I was watching. I was really disappointed. The other barista Karim, the argument was, a ristretto, they make it on a ratio of 1:1, maximum 1:1.5. So it means if I put 18 grams, I must get 18 grams, maximum 20. This was his argument. And he said, a ristretto, sometimes, or most of the times, it carries some characteristics of an under-extracted coffee. He was right 100%. I want you to make a counter video encountering what I'm going to teach right now. Okay? Number one. Espresso doctor, with all due respect, I want to take you back to English class. The word ristretto, it might sound more Italian, but if you put it in English, it means to restrict something. Ristretto is a restricted shot. A restricted shot. A short. If I make sense to you, it means if I'm moving from point A to point B, I stop on the way. I'm restricted to reach point B. This is a restricted shot. This is what ristretto is. Ristretto is extracted on a ratio of 1:1, maximum 1:1.5. Barista Karim is right on this one, 110%. It's just that you people, sometimes we all come from different backgrounds of knowledge. So if you know something different, you try to make the other one feel bad or feel them that they are not deserving a table on the elite table. But guess what? I'll teach you 3 things. One, ristretto, espresso, and a lungo. A ristretto is a restricted shot. Espresso is a well-balanced shot. A lungo is an over-extracted shot. That's it. Basic. Now I take you to what extraction really means. Because you made so many arguments. You talked about acidity, blah, 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 raw profile, blah, blah, blah. You talked about so many things which don't really matter. I will make you a graph of extraction. And for the first time, I want you to see what happens during extraction. Number one, this is what we call an extraction wheel. We'll dissect this wheel into 4 parts. This is number 1, number 2, number 3, and this is number 4. Extraction starts from here and it must stop here. So, Mr. Espresso Doctor, if you ever heard of 1:2, this is 1 and this is 2. Okay, it means if I put 10 grams here, this is the 20 grams. You understand? Thank you. So, when extraction starts, if I put my coffee into the machine, I start extraction. Extraction starts here. What is extracted in the first phase of extraction? It's the oils. The oils come first. This is why when you look at an espresso cup, down or the bottom is very dark. It's because of the oils. What is extracted next is the acids. We have so many acids in coffee. Lactic acid, acetic acid, malic acid, chlorogenic acid, citric acid. All these acids are extracted in phase number 2. What happens in phase number 3? This is what we call the sweet spot. Now we start to drain out or to extract out the flavors in the coffee. This is phase number 3. So when you go past this phase, it means what is left in your coffee is only bitterness. Nothing left apart from bitterness. There's nothing left. It's like chewing a sugar cane and you leave the waste. You understand? So if we take out all these flavors, this is the sweet spot. This is the spot where we don't want to exceed. This is where the 2 ends. You understand? What comes out here, it might look like coffee, but it's not, because it will be too dark and bitter. This is the bitterness left in the coffee grounds. You understand? So if we extract coffee, and let's say we stop from here, this can be our ristretto shot. You understand? We get half or less the sweetness, and then we have more acids and oils. You understand? And in the other case of extraction, this is what we call under extraction. The term under extraction means, it means you've not fully extracted out the flavors from the coffee. This is what the word under extraction means. It doesn't mean less coffee. No, it means you've extracted coffee, yes, but you've not let out all the flavors in the coffee. So if I get a portion of my coffee and I stop in the perfect time and everything, so this is what we call a ristretto shot. It is half under extracted. Because still under extraction can still mean you can make an extraction of, let's say, 10 to 20, but still your coffee is under extracted if it misses more flavors. But when you're making a ristretto, strictly your calibration must be right and you must stop way below the extraction end. You understand? So this is what we call a ristretto shot. You get half the flavors, most is the acids and the oils in the coffee. If I extract out all my coffee to this point, this is what we call a well-balanced espresso. All my flavors are out. So if I exceed here and I add more bitterness into my coffee, this is what we call over-extraction. You understand? So in the normal circumstances, if you've just put 10 and you want to get 20 and your calibration is right and everything, all the factors left constant, temperature, tapping, blah, 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 leave alone, all that. If everything is constant and you exceed here, now this is what we call an espresso lungo. You understand? I don't know if you already understand, but a ristretto means a short shot. A restricted shot. You understand? We can brag about the factors. We can brag about everything, but let basic things be basic. You always teach or you always talk in English. I thought you could know that what ristretto means. It is an Italian word. Ristretto means to restrict something. You understand? This is what we call extraction. This is what we call extraction. Now today you've learned two things. You've learned what extractor means, and you've learned what under extraction means, and what over extraction means. A perfect extraction is a well balanced espresso extracted out. You talked about the factors of espresso. I don't know if you really know what the factors of espresso are, but a good espresso must have one, balanced body. You understand? It, like the coffee must be balanced, the body must be balanced. It must have this weight on your tongue, like it doesn't have to flow like you're taking water. This is what we call the body of coffee. You understand? It must have balanced acidity. I mentioned all the acids found in coffee: the lactic, the malic, the acetic, the chlorogenic, all the citric acids. All the acids must be balanced, because if they go too far, something which is too much acidic, it becomes sour. You understand? Sour is something which is too much acidic. Bitter is something with unpleasant taste. You understand? So if your coffee tastes too much acids, it means the taste will be a little bit sour. You understand? So we always have to make it balanced. So now we talk about sweetness. Sweetness, this is the balance of flavors and bitterness in coffee. Listen, from the word go, the major component of coffee is bitter. You cannot take bitterness away from coffee. It is there. It's like putting sugar in milk. You drink, you feel the milk and you feel the sugar at the same time. This is what we call a well-balanced espresso. You understand? You feel the bitterness and you feel the flavors at the same time. You understand? This is what we call sweetness. The balance of the flavors and bitterness in your coffee is what we call sweetness. Then we talk about these commercial characters. We talk about the creamer and we talk about the aromas. You understand? So these are the factors that we must look for when we were at this point. You understand? When we are at this point, these are the factors that we look for. So after making my calibration, I've made my perfect calibration. I've tested my coffee. My coffee is right. Let's say I am using 18 grams and I'm getting, let's say, 34 out. My calibration of the day. In how many seconds? Let's say 24 seconds. This is my calibration of the day. So if a customer comes and tells me, make me a ristretto, already I've calibrated my coffee. It means my grind size, my temperature, everything is on the right track. So when I make the extraction, I make 18, I get out 18. This is the one-to-one, bro, the guy was telling you about. Don't tell me that you you invented your own recipes. It's not possible. Don't tell me you invented your own recipes. No. My only problem with you guys is this same mentality, this same attitude is the same attitude that you tell our students when they come to your coffee shops. You ask a student a question or a barista a question. When they answer something that you feel it's opposite of what you know, you tell the person you don't know what you're talking about. But we come from different schools of knowledge. Maybe the way you perceive things is not the same way I perceive things. You understand? So let's make this an argument with baristas. I don't want to sound right and I don't want you to sound wrong. So we go into an argument with this one. I'm with Barista Chemical. You are standing on the other side. If they prove us wrong, I'll come back and apologize. I'll come back and apologize. But other than that, bro, stop misleading. I see so many videos you always make. At one point you said anyway, I'll leave that for some other day. But you make so many arrogant, and you know, sometimes when you work in a coffee shop for some time, you feel like you know everything. But knowledge is supreme, bro. You cannot suppress knowledge. Every day you always have to be open for something new to learn. You understand? I always see you, bro, and I respect you for your time in service. But that arrogance and that, because I heard you telling the guy, you have to apologize. So many people watching you here. You have to apologize because you don't know what you're talking about. You're trying to make the guy feel bad. Yet you're wrong. Working in a cafe doesn't mean that you're over the moon, you know everything. Bro, we worked in cafes so many long time ago. So many years ago. And that's why we quit and decided to make a life for others. You understand? I've been teaching coffee for 6 years. I've mentored more than 5,000 students. This very year, I think I have more than 100 students working in cafes here in Dubai. From this school, we know what we are talking about. We are not here to brag or to show might. And I'm not someone who always addresses other people, no. But your disrespect made me do this video. Okay? So, next time you're on a live with some people, try to keep it respectful. Try to be polite. If you feel like you need to teach someone, teach them or engage with them in a respectful way. I'm very sorry I couldn't join the live. But if I did, you would see me. Yes, I always come. And when I come, you will see my presence, bro. Thank you so much. Until we catch up next time, hope you learned something from today. Thank you, thank you, thank you.